The mountain stood like a humpbacked monster above the groveling and obsequious earth, and no witness, still living, only I can recount the dark, unnatural mystery that was grotesquely enacted upon its unattainable summit. Now listen and see the eerie footsteps in the red snow. No, it can't be you. You're dead. I killed you all myself. You must be a delusion of my snow-blinded eyes. The wind outside in the eerie night was like the sound of whistling in a graveyard, while inside the old hunting lodge, the mountain climbers stared in awe at the black and hulking silhouette that seemed to fill the sky. Mount Olympiad, the towering king of them all, a challenge no climber has yet met. But we, the greatest mountain climbers of 4 nations, will make her peak. All but one of the mountain climbing party faced the mute and dreadful antagonist. That one, Rigo Mocker, short, stocky, hard, was broodingly intent upon thoughts of his own. Only I will conquer Olympiada. I alone. Come, we'd better turn in. You too, Rigo. Climbing conditions are going to be at their harshest tomorrow. Yes, we will need all the rest we can get. You will all have rest soon enough. Eternal rest. Presently, the others were asleep, but Rigo's mind seethed with a determination akin to madness. He flung epithets out into the bleak and desolate night. I will triumph over you. I, Rigo Mocker, alone will scale your summit. And the next day, a dark day as gray as evening, the quartet of climbers began their perilous ascent. The wind howled and the snow flurries nipped at them like tiny, voracious mouths. 6 hours, and we've made very little progress. I'll go on ahead and see if the southeast pass is navigable. Grimly, Rigo detached himself from the others and doubled his pace to catch up to the fleet-footed Valsen, who was already negotiating a deep chasm. Ah, how very opportune, suspended by a single thread, which I shall sever. The body hurtled down as Valsen's scream rent the air. It struck something below. The others came up and looked on in horror. He lost his footing on the ice. If he fell from here, his body must be on the promontory below. We must recover the body. If we descend this way, we can reach it quickly. But upon the overhanging ledge, the drifts were unruffled, and the climbers noted with astonishment, the body isn't here at all. He's likely been buried by the fallen snow. There hasn't been enough time. There is no time for conjecture. We have to go on. He's finished. We know that. What matter where we bury him? What if it were you, Mocker? How would you feel then? Maybe it will be you. Your concern betrays your fears, Mermaid. I don't need you two. I can do better without you. Mocker, wait, you fool! As he pushed on alone. Forward, upward, the storm's fury increased. The struggle became more harsh. Then, Rigo noted an uncanny thing. Footprints. Ahead of me. Could they have found another way? Only a single set. And they are red. Like blood. It must be the dye from the shoes. But his reasoning didn't altogether black out his fearful thoughts. Then, he began the dangerous ascent of a perpendicular cliff face. If only I could remove the spikes so they wouldn't benefit the others when they follow me. My hands. I've kept them exposed too long. I can't grip the spikes. No, I'm slipping. He was about to lose his hold, to plunge headlong down into the pit of blackness, when a hand reached out from above and grasped his wrist. It was as cold as steel, or death. Who helped me? Where are you? No one here. The others are tricking me, mocking me. They must have found another way. Trembling now, with a helpless rage, Rigo Mocker's nerves were strained to the breaking point. He ran to catch the others, but voices summoned him from behind. Rigo! Ah, but what are you doing here now? I thought you were up ahead. How? You rushed on. It would be better to travel together. Let us forget our differences. Yes, we could aid each other. This ledge is one of the most treacherous. All right, I will go first and string the rope so that you both may follow. This is my chance. When I get to the other side and they start... Come ahead now. Oh, my snow glasses, they've fallen off. You can both make it. The rope can support you. I have it secured. We're coming, Rigo. Unable to read the murderous intent in Rigo's eyes, the unwary pair treaded along the narrow ledge when suddenly, "You've come far enough." "No, Rigo, no! Let go of the rope!" "Now, I am alone at last, just as I intended all along. I shall conquer you, the only man in all the world to do so. I have no supplies. It all went down with them. Nothing to start a fire with or heat my emergency rations. I've got to push ahead, fast." He rushed on ahead, stumbling and regaining his feet a dozen times. His breathing was becoming labored and the muscles in his back and limbs ached excruciatingly. The cold was becoming more fearsome, intense. "Oh, I've wet my hands in falling. The pain. I can't see very well. I'm becoming snowblind without my snow glasses." But something he could see, stark and crimson in the white snow. More footprints. 3 pairs of them now. Somehow they must have miraculously survived. Yes, they are hurt. That is why the footprints are blood red. They won't last long. He stumbled ahead in a semi-delirium, his senses numbed, his entire body ready to collapse under the strain. Then he came upon a sight that shocked him by its utter unreality. A campsite, newly set up. A fire's burning, but no one seems to be here. I can't stand this. I can't. Oh. He collapsed beside the fire, and presently the warming, glowing flame thawed the deadening frost from his body. When he opened his eyes, it was still with the same sensation of sheer horror. No, I won't run away. There's nothing strange about this. In my snow blindness, I must have gone the wrong way. They are still alive and ahead of me. Yes, that's it. This campsite saved me. I'll catch them now. And coffee, steaming hot. How convenient. If they only knew they had saved me. His raucous laughter seemed to ignite the air, and from every hidden crevice of the range multiplied 1,000-fold, louder and more terrible the laughter came. Mocker strained his snow-misted eyes to peer at vaporous forms that rose in front of him. Echoes. That's all it is. What are those forms? Only snow. Yes, I must be started again. He lit his way with flares from the campsite and raced ahead, faster and faster, but always the footprints were ahead. The eerie footprints in the red snow. Then something plunged towards him out of the darkness. What is that? Those terrible eyes! An eagle! Ah! Who shot it? Who is it? Show yourself! Show yourself! No matter. Nothing will stop me. Nothing! I will make it to the top. Alone! Some time later, the storm abated, and the wind was silenced as if by some unseen hand. The moon, as pale as death, illuminated the sky, and above him Rigo Mocker saw the peak. There it is. I can see it. Not much farther to go. Now, inch by agonizing inch, he spurred himself on. The end in sight. The peak was 100 yards away. 50, 25, 1. And all at once, his eyes glimpsed its summit. Ah! And there, his eyes glimpsed what no other living being had ever before. The living, vengeful dead. The terrifying visages of the phantom climbers fixed eyes upon him that blazed like hot coals. We've been waiting for you, Rigo. We wanted you to come this far, so we aided you. We wanted to torture you at the sight of us upon the peak before we... No! Send you to your doom, Rigo. Ah! The wind took up its mournful howl, and the snow flurries came down again as though to bury the evil and the supernatural of this night, and to blot from view forever the eerie footsteps in the red snow.